This is the story of an extraordinary friendship between a massive dog named Drax and the small child he protects with astonishing gentleness. When people first meet him, they joke that we've welcomed a giant gorilla into our home. His size certainly demands respect, but behind that powerful frame lives the sweetest, softest giant you could ever imagine. Whenever they hear an unfamiliar sound, Drax and our son pause together, silently watching the world through the window. The way they sit there, their captivated gazes perfectly aligned, creates a moment you can't help but remember. We brought Drax home at around 8 weeks old, and not long after, we learned we were expecting a baby. From the moment my belly began to grow, Drax stayed close, curling beside me, resting his head gently on my stomach, as if he already knew someone precious was coming. His tenderness during that time was a beautiful and unexpected gift. We knew early on how important socialization would be for a dog his size. As he grew, we watched him study both me and our son with careful curiosity, always respectful, always aware, never missing a single movement. When our son got his own little play area, Drax stationed himself nearby, watching his tiny friend with quiet admiration. Once, when we tried helping our son roll over, Drax rolled over right beside him, almost as if offering a demonstration. And whenever our son bounced in his jumper, Drax lay protectively at his feet, never far from the child he adored. They became inseparable, two magnets drawn to each other, no matter where they were. By our son's first birthday, Drax had reached his full size, around 125 pounds. Maybe it was his giant buddy cheering him on, but I'm convinced our son took his first steps partly because he didn't want to fall behind his furry best friend. Despite his enormous size, Drax still believes he's a lap dog, squeezing himself into the smallest spaces just to stay close. For our son's birthday, he received a tiny ball pit, and without fail, every time he climbs in, Drax somehow ends up beside him. Not all the plastic balls survive their playtime, but that little pit has become one of their favorite adventures together. They're no longer just playmates. They're growing up side by side, shaping each other into kinder, happier versions of themselves. This year, our son finally understood who Santa was. But honestly, I think Drax was even more excited to meet Santa and Mrs. Claus than he was. Drax has completely reshaped my understanding of dogs, showing me how deeply loving, gentle, and protective they can be. Their friendship feels like a tiny miracle, one that warms my heart every day as I watch them learn, play, and grow together. If you enjoyed this heartwarming story of Drax and his little friend, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're considering getting an exotic pet, be sure to consult professionals and thoroughly research their needs. Only then can you give your animal the safe, healthy, happy life they deserve.